have either of you seen Diego Pavia's mom?
I have
No.
not.
I'll tell you, this is a theory I have, and I don't know if it holds water. It can go either way. This is how it goes. It goes either way. And I think Liam, I think Liam will agree with me. If you are a kid with a hot mom, you're either
Hmm.
tough as shit or a twink. There's no in between. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you, me and Liam have a buddy. He's a pretty tough motherfucker. And his mom was
Hmm.
always pretty good looking. And he knows exactly what I'm talking about. All
Both of
right?
them are. Both of them are.
Talking about Steve Cabot.
Oh
Just
yeah,
kidding.
he's got
No,
he's
I've
got a hot
never,
mom.
honestly, I don't
Uh,
know if I've ever,
I've never
I mean,
seen Steve's mom in my entire life.
I've met her, I think once, but I don't remember what she looks like. His dad's the fucking best, though. I love Steve's dad. He's the greatest.
Hmm.
And his brother's great too. Love them both, and love Steve. But no, I'm talking about Pete McCormick, obviously. Shout out Bonnie McCormick, just Fox, uh,
Bonnie McCormick.
old Bonster, baby, the Bonster. But no, either way, but yeah, that's how it goes. So Diego Pavia's mom, also shout out Diego Pavia, wrestler. There you go. Little mentality, being tough mentality. But either
It's
way,
kind of tough to have a hot mom if you're a wrestler too, because she's just hanging out.
oh,
You know what I mean? Like at least
buddy,
inside the gym, like everyone knows that's your mom, right?
I'll tell you.
Everyone knows what's going on there.
And you have to
I'll
hang out with a bunch of people that can fight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
every
Like,
yeah,
so they're
exactly.
gonna roast you the whole time. Yeah, that'd be the worst place to have one, I think.
Dude, I'll tell you, I've been on like a bunch of different teams and a bunch of different athletics and things like that.
Hmm.
Also, the biggest horn dogs are wrestlers. Wrestlers are the biggest horn dogs out there. I mean, baseball guys, football guys, okay, basketball, meh, you know what I mean? But wrestlers, they're horn dogs getting after it, daddy. Horn dogs and corn dogs. That's what wrestling is, babe. Either way, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast presents Guess the News. I'm Matt Lavelle. That's Bern Podcasting. He's Liam Reese. Tonight, we're going to bring you some news stories. We're going to give you the bare bones of these stories. And then we're going to ask you to guess things like the age, the gender, the location, maybe a type of car. We don't know. You're going to have 3 minutes to delineate.
Delineate.
Yeah, college. All right, there you go. And we're starting off tonight with the man, the myth, the ledge himself, old Mr. Payud, Benoit Payud. What's your first story, Daddy? Ho!
Guys, this is a very simple story here, all right? I'm going for
What's the
classic
story?
ASL. We're looking
Love
for
ASL.
classic ASL, and we're looking for the pet. All right?
Ooh,
We're looking for the pet. This is
love
a
it.
story as old as time.
Old as time.
Individual at home, hanging out, gets shot in the back by a shotgun
What?
after the pet accidentally pulls the trigger. Um,
Hmm.
Pet accidentally pulls the trigger of a shotgun and shoots this person in the back. The person was cleaning said firearm and then had placed the firearm on the bed. Proceeded to sit down on the bed, and a few seconds later, kabang! Took one
Oh,
in the back.
oh.
Uh,
Talk
give you,
about your kibbles and bits. Huh.
yeah. The individual was transported to a local hospital, treated for their wounds, expected to make a full recovery. This took place in a state that had an NFCW today. NFC team
Ooh.
with a win today.
Dude, I love a little location clue. Love a
Gotta give a little
location clue.
location.
Love a location clue. Love a location clue. I'll tell you this, Bern, while we're deliberating, starting the timer, would you mind looking up pet related shootings and a statistic on that?
Like me to look up pet related shootings? Sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead,
and a
guys.
statistic on that. Schmigley, this is what I'm thinking. Okay.
Hmm.
I know for me, when I don't know if you have to take the safety off to clean a gun, but when you load a gun, you should put the safety back on. Always.
I
So
agree.
I don't know if this animal has the ability to take the safety off and then pull the trigger, but I will say this. I've had some shotguns, right? I remember it was a Remington 12 gauge, right? It was a hunting shotgun, right? And this fucker had a hair trigger. It was like barely tap it and kaplowy. You know what I mean? Like a real light trigger. So I don't know if this is, like, because they're thinking you need an opposable finger to, pull the trigger. This could be a dog jumping on the bed, a cat jumping on the bed, hitting the trigger. The trigger's a hair trigger,
And they
and he's
sleep
just
in the
on the
bed
bad
with
end of
their
it,
gun.
you know?
Jesus.
But the
Yeah.
fucking fact that this guy cleaned the gun, reloaded the gun, and didn't put a safety on it, it's a man, first off.
Yeah, for
Guaranteed.
sure.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed it's a man.
Yeah. That's
This
that's
guy
that's
is
not even
a
in
ditzer,
question.
we'll say. He's a moron.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's 100% men. As far as location clues, NFC team that got a dub today could be the fighting city of Philadelphia. You ever heard of
Mm-hmm.
it? You ever heard of it? Could
Mm-hmm.
also be Washington, D.C. It could also be Chicago. It could be L.A. It could be Seattle. It
You
could be
mean New
San
Orleans?
Francisco.
Didn't New Orleans win? Did they
Did
win or
New
they?
Orleans win? Did New Orleans win? Did New Orleans
Sure
play?
did. Sure
Oh, they
did.
did. Oh, they did win. They beat the Panteras. God, the NFC South is just a joke. It is just a joke. But we'll more on that on our other show. But either way, so man, I'll tell you, Liam. I mean, Liam, I'm leaning towards Chicago. Chicago,
Chicago?
because there's no one in Florida that won today.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I know. That's where my mind went first too, and I was like, "Oh, what Florida teams won today?" Then I
Also, it's
then I
hunting
started thinking
season.
NFC, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Like hunting season's just around the corner. It could be Philadelphia too. Hunting
So,
Mhm.
season's just around the corner, right?
gentlemen,
You're
this
get
this story's from about a month ago, November 13th, 2025.
even
So
better
just about a
because
month
then
ago. Yeah.
they're getting ready for hunting season. They're cleaning off the guns. It could be.
Mhm.
It could be Philadelphia. Could be. I
Could
don't
be.
know. But Liam, our time is up. The 3 minutes are up. Do you want to make a guess?
I don't know. I like down south more. They love the like animals and guns and you know what I
Okay.
mean. I
And
I like
stupidity.
Louisiana. Yeah, I like Louisiana. I like for the pet. I mean,
Dude, I
yeah,
think it's a dog. I don't know.
yeah. So do I. New Orleans dog mail. Boom.
Okay,
Age? We have
age.
an age.
Oh, age 38 to 48.
Oh, you want to do it by the eights? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
38 to
This time.
48.
Uh-huh.
Sex, yes, please. And the gender is a male. And
Mm-hmm.
then we're going the city that never sleeps, the city by the bay, the city of lights, New Orleans. What is New Orleans' moniker?
What's
Music City?
their city?
No.
No, that's Memphis, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man. Damn, I don't know. What is
I
the
think New Orleans
Tennessee.
is just New Orleans, man. I think it's its own.
gumbo? The
Yeah, I think it's its
capital of
own.
gumbo?
It's just
Bon
New
ton.
Orleans.
No.
Did you guys listen to Coach O was on Bussin' with the Boys?
No,
Dude,
but
Mm-mm.
that guy's hilarious to listen to him
he
speak.
is
Like he's a
so great.
cartoon character.
Oh, dude, his story about recruiting Burrow, hilarious. So good.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, Benoit, that's time up. We gave you our answers. Hit us with your gimmick, Daddy.
Guys, 50 you were halfway there, all right? In
Oh,
fact,
good
maybe
on
even a
prayer.
little closer than halfway there. I'm going to give you guys 75% of this story. This was a 53-year-old,
Ah,
but 38 to 48 is very close. You're knocking
we're
on the
on the
door.
cusp. Within 5.
53-year-old man in Pennsylvania
Oh,
1 month ago.
Oh
This
shit, NPA.
this dickhead was cleaning his shotgun. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, for some reason it was loaded, put it on the bed, sits on the bed. Old Sparky comes, jumps up on the bed, kabang, goes off, point
so it was a
blank.
dog?
It was a dog in the
Oh.
back, hospital right away, a bunch of surgeries, expected to make a full recovery. But yes, this 53-year-old Pennsylvania man was shot in the back by his dog.
Can I tell you this? Can I tell you this? You know where my mind goes to this right now, right? Is the thing I feel bad about most for this poor bastard, right? You know what I feel bad about the most? Like, yeah, he got shot in the back. Yeah, he's fucking in pain. Yeah, whatever. It's probably embarrassing. You know what? The thing that probably is the most annoying about this is he's got
What's
to
that?
hear his fucking wife
Yeah,
say,
he's
"I
never gonna
told you
hear the
not
end
to
of it.
clean the
Yeah.
the guns on the bed. How many times I told you not to clean the guns on the bed? Now you get shot in the back, you idiot." That's his
Yep.
fucking life right now.
He will never hear the end of that. You're right.
Never. Oh, never. I told you not to keep a lot of guns in the house. I told you not to clean the guns on the bed. That's the worst. Dude, shoot me in the back, sure. Just shut the fuck up about it. Okay? Okay? Huh?
Okay.
You think I'm in enough pain? I don't gotta hear your fucking mouth? All right? God. I'm fucking hot for this guy. I'm not even we don't even know if he's married.
No, we don't.
Yeah, he's
No,
just
we
some
don't.
dude.
Honestly, if he's married, he probably did it on purpose. To tell you the truth. What are we doing here? Come on. All right, but that was beautiful stuff. Great first story there, Benoit Payud Cussay. Moving on to the Big Daddy himself, old LeSchmigle, Liam Reese. Liam loved the Christmas tree in the background for those listening.
All right. I've got a quick one. You guys can forget the age, forget the sex. You can go for the location, but it's not as important.
Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. Bern was married. I'm still married. We forgot the sex a long time ago.
Long
Just to
time
let
ago,
you
my
know.
man.
Just to
Long
let you
time ago.
know. Sorry, Liam, I interrupted. I'm the asshole. Please continue.
All right. So, just this past week at a prison, a drone dropped off a nice little Christmas care package into one of the prison yards, and it was intercepted by guards. I don't need a lot. You can give me the location. Sure, that's bonus. But we're going to do a little something different. We're going to do this just like Family Feud. You guys are going to get 3 strikes, but I'm going to do it in the reverse order. All right. There are 5 items in this care package. Matt, you start. The care package dropped into a prison. What was in it?
Can I go?
You can go.
First thing, number one thing, guarantee. How many strikes do I get?
You guys get 3 strikes. But and we'll go through this list.
But Bern, I will mortgage your fucking dick on this. Guaranteed in this package. Smokes. Am I right?
Cigs were in there.
Oh,
that's 10 points.
That is great.
We'll turn it over to Bern.
Okay.
You guys are tag teaming this, okay?
Yeah.
Because it'll take too long to do 3 and 3.
All right. 6. We got.
Can I help? Can I help?
6. Well, let me get one for. We'll collaborate.
Go.
We get 3 strikes. Remember.
One of us has been in prison.
There's got to be. I mean, if you're getting SIGs, there's got to be some kind of drugs, right? There's got to be some kind of drugs included.
See.
Ding, ding, ding. There was weed. So but weed was, I thought, the most obvious. That's 5 points. So you guys are at 15 out of a possible 100 points. Okay.
Wow.
Because now it gets tricky. You guys got the weed. You got the smokes. Now we're getting into, and I'm going to give you a little hit. Now we're getting into items that are not illegal to have, like in the outside world. Okay. So Christmas care package that may
it's 3 things. 3 things left.
Yeah, there were 3 more separate items.
Liam, this is the most fun I've ever fucking had in my life. I'm telling you right now, this is the fucking best way to do it. This is how we started doing this from the fucking beginning. Oh man. I started the timer. We got 3 minutes. Okay, Bern, can I say this? Right?
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
So the food in prison sucks. I've had prison bologna, both kinds. Wait, just kidding. But either way,
just the cock.
Yeah, obviously they don't give bologna in prison. No. So
food. You think it's food?
I think it's a food, but like,
but it's got to be a food that you don't have to like cook, right? Like,
do we have to say the exact food, Liam?
All right. So let's just to make this fair. The next 3 items are food, but it's 3 separate food items.
Okay. This just got my fucking rocks up. Buddy,
so what do you have?
I'm guaranteed the first thing.
You got a radiator, right? you're not gonna have pots and pans. You're not gonna have like you probably have a radiator, right? You can heat stuff up, but like you're not like cooking,
Yes.
right?
Yes. I'm thinking,
Um,
dude, there's two things I'm thinking, right? Because there's certain things you can get in. You're not going to get pasta because they have fucking noodles, right?
right,
You're not going to
right.
get any kinds of junk food because they have fucking all
That's
that. You can
nothing but
the
junk food.
big
Yeah.
the big thing is like actual protein, right? I think it's some type of meat. You know what I mean?
All right.
You're getting hot.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But
So
meat. So it's meat that's already
do you
that's
want to say
already
like
cooked.
steaks or something?
But how would you cook a steak in prison?
You could cook it a million fucking ways. You could hold a fucking lighter on it for all we know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
I
always
mean,
they like
Dude, you
they
don't.
pull wires apart and stuff and
Oh,
fucking
dude,
cook
you know
stuff with
this is what
electrolysis and they're
they
nuts.
make crock pots, right? So what they do is you take two wires and you pull apart fingernail clippers, right? And you take
Yep.
the
right.
two wires, you take one wire and you put it into the socket, and then you take the two fingernail clippers and you put them into hot water, and it fucking heats up the water like you would not
That's
fucking
right.
believe.
That
Yeah,
All right.
is correct.
Well, Maddie, I like steaks. I like steaks on that. And then you're definitely not
because
getting a
I'm
nice
thinking this
cut of
too.
beef in
The
prison.
biggest thing you want is protein because they're all
Yeah.
trying to get fucking huge, right? Like they have chicken on the menu. You know what I mean? They don't have. There's no steak in prison.
Listen, you sold me. You convinced me. So you want to just guess Florida just for fun? Liam said we
Yeah. Oh,
can't
it's
guess the
Florida.
location.
It's
Let's just
100%
guess. We'll
Florida.
just
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
Florida.
It's not
Florida.
Florida. It's not
Can we
Florida.
keep guessing on the
but we'll
location
get
and
there.
not be
Let's keep
penalized?
going with the
Okay.
food. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so going with the
Can
all
we?
right, so
Can we
steaks.
also? Can we get a hint on location?
Location, you're in the general area. You're like we're going down south, but you're a little too
Okay.
far south. I'll say
Okay, all
that.
right.
Okay.
So we're
All right.
Georgia,
Probably
Alabama,
Kentucky
South
or
Carolina,
Tennessee,
something
something like
like
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
But I'm not
all
worried
right.
about that.
Steaks. Final guess.
We got steaks.
Ding! Uncooked steak. We had a raw
This is
steak.
incredible.
So that is fit. You guys are at 30 points right now, okay? There are 70 points left on the board, but I'm going to tell you, you got the uncooked steaks. This is really, really where it's going to get hard, okay? These
Oof.
last two are very difficult because, and I'm going to tell you this, the last two items are the reason I chose this story because I was like, oh, what the fuck, dude?
Can
All
I
right.
say this, Bern? Can I tell you what I'm
Sigsweed.
thinking?
First of all, Sigsweed and a steak sounds like a great. That's a great night for me.
Dude.
It's a great night for me.
Throw in like a vintage copy of Deep Throw. That's a great Friday night, Daddy.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Come on.
All right, so
Fucking
I'm
hang
thinking like
with the
what goes.
boys.
I'm thinking is this person trying to make like just their own
Can
meal,
I say like
like a baked
is
potato?
shrimp
We get
in,
potatoes
like
in
if it's
prison.
food, right? Like I'm thinking like
Shrimp.
shrimp, you know? Like
You
something
can't get
like
shrimp in
that.
prison,
Like
right?
to do like steak and shrimp. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to cook. You know what I'm saying?
And if you could get shrimp in prison, would you even eat it? Would you trust it for a second?
No.
Like
God no. You know?
I mean, Maddie, you've been my Sherpa on this guide. I'm okay. I'm okay going with shrimp.
God, could it be shrimp? Does it say how it was brought into the prison?
Drone.
Dropped it in with a drone.
Oh,
Flying shrimp.
flying shrimp. How many
Shrimp
strikes
bombs.
do we get?
You get 3 strikes.
And we don't have any.
You don't have any yet.
We got three.
Okay.
We got 3 chances to guess the last 2 items.
Man, God, this just became the greatest fucking game of my life.
I like
All
shrimp. I think shrimp's a good guess.
I like shrimp too. All right, we're gonna go shrimp.
And sorry, boys, that is 1 strike for you.
Were we
That's
close?
all right.
Can we
That's
get
all right.
close?
You were close. You were.
Okay, Fern. Now, I'm thinking lobster. Do you think it's lobster?
Why not? Why not? If you're having steaks, why not have a lobster?
If we're close on steak, if we're
What's-
close on
What's
shrimp?
close on shrimp, right? Lobster, like crabs,
yeah.
like something of that ilk.
Okay, well then, if we're close, if it's not lobster, do you want to try crabs after that?
Sure.
Okay, because if we're close, we might as well.
We
But
might
I
as well
don't
hit
want
them
to
both.
waste all our strikes on fucking
Yeah.
seafood.
Yeah.
Something's telling me I want to go crab. Something's telling me I want to go. No, we'll go lobster.
Lobster. I think
lobster.
I would go
Because it's surf and turf. Little
Yeah,
surf
exactly.
and turf.
Classic surf and turf. A
Classic surf and turf. They have butter. They have pickle juice. It'll be a nice little dish. Maybe some chimichurri, you know?
Oh, a
Maybe
little
make it a thing.
chimichurri.
Little chimichurri. Little
A little heavy cream,
chimichurri.
make a little thermidor.
Okay, so
Let's go
Liam,
lobster.
we're gonna go lobster.
And sorry, boys, that is your second strike.
Fuck. Do
All
we
right.
try crab? Do we risk
I
the
mean,
third strike on crab?
so if we're talking about seafood here, right? If shrimp was close, right? I don't know. I mean, you could guess scallops, you could guess clams, but I think crab is
No
more like
fucking way.
I think crab makes more sense. And if it's down
Do we
south,
want? Well, hold on.
how
We're
about
totally. There's two more things.
crawfish?
We're only focusing on the one thing.
I'm telling you, you got a way better shot at the thing you're on right now. The last one, I promise you, you will get your third strike.
Okay.
So you might
Have we
as
been
well
close on this?
get up to 4. Yes, you're there. You're there.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go crabs.
Crab.
Let's
We're
go
going
crabs. Let's go
crabs.
crabs.
Ding. We have crab legs. Now,
Dude, this
since you only have one strike left, I'm gonna give you your final hint. The
Oh,
last item really just ties the whole meal together, dude. It just makes it. It just
can I say
completes
this,
it.
Bern?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Are we grouping food and drink together, Liam?
No. It's not a drink. This is another food item.
Oh, Maddie, you think a
Okay.
nice bottle of
Okay.
wine? You think a nice bottle of
I was
vino?
thinking a little banana.
No, they can make their own wine there. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Toilet wine.
They have a
no
nice
problem.
vintage.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Let's Go to Prison?
Yes.
Where he's like where the guy that was in that show, you know what I mean? He's
Joe.
got the rubber ducky and he's
Yeah.
and they make the toilet wine and they bring it to the winery at the end of the movie. They're like,
Dude, I watched this one show where it was like a reality show in prison, and the one guy
Mhm.
was like, "You ain't gonna fuck up my hooch," you know, because all he did was sit around in his cell and drink toilet wine all day. I was like, "All right, buddy."
I mean, if you
What's
were looking
up?"
at like 20 years, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, oh, buddy, I'd be fucking snorting that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so cigs, weed, steaks, crabs. What could tie this together? Maybe a dessert? Burn.
Ooh.
Looking at dessert?
Oh, why not top the whole thing off?
Oh, buddy.
So what kind of dessert are we thinking about
Oh
here?
my God. I don't know, dude.
This
Honestly,
person seems to have decadent tastes, but you know what? If we're in the South here, what I'm thinking is maybe some nice warm Krispy Kremes. Maybe some
like some
nice
donuts?
warm donuts. They got to survive the fall. You know what I mean? The drone is dropping it in, which
Right.
was a good clue. Probably no bottle of wine. I mean, it's getting airdropped in. The
Yeah.
crabs will survive. The steak it's going to be
Oh.
nice and tenderized by the time it hits the ground.
I just want to say the crab legs is so risky because you're just dropping it in room temperature.
Yeah,
All this stuff isn't cooked. They are playing Russian roulette with their stomachs, dude.
Can I just say, Bern, I feel like we're missing something obvious because Liam said ties everything
guys,
together.
I know. Well, dessert's not a bad
So-
guess of what would
but
tie
hold
everything
on.
together as a
Now,
whole
hold
meal.
on. though.
To me, the last item puts it over the top, dude. It does.
All right. Can I just say something that no, this is stupid. I'm not going to say it. I
Well,
don't think
there's no bad ideas in a brainstorm.
Well, I don't know, man. I just feel like I don't want to be a jerk, but there's a lot of black people in prison. Okay,
That's sure, yeah.
and the food is pretty bland. So I was thinking like hot sauce or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're thinking not another like a seasoning
you're-
or like a
you're-
He
sauce?
said it
warming
ties it together.
You're
warming up?
warming up, but it's not. It's
Liam,
not.
is
It's that,
this-
but it's not quite that.
okay, so I lived in York, Pennsylvania for a handful of years. We were
Mhm.
18 miles away from the fucking Maryland border, and every asshole down there is obsessed with one thing and one thing only. We used to have cans of Natty Bow, and we would line them with Old Bay seasoning. People fucking love Old Bay with their crabs. I'm not an Old Bay guy. I don't get the Old Bay fries. I don't get the Old Bay stuff. Could it be an Old Bay or like a paprika or like
No.
some kind of thing?
Man,
Is that your answer? Hot sauce. You guys had hot sauce. You had Old Bay. I said hot sauce wasn't quite there. Is Old Bay your final answer?
It is crabs, Burn.
It's crabs. That's what everybody. I mean, that's the point of Old Bay, right?
I don't know. Are we being led on a goose chase? Like, is it a dessert? Right?
I don't hate your dessert idea of what ties the whole thing together nicely at the end. But what are you dropping in for dessert? I mean, these guys are dropping crab legs, and they might be dropping ice cream in too. That's super risky. You know what I
I think
mean?
they
Like,
usually have like junk food there, don't they? They can usually
yeah,
get like
Yeah, you're
cookies
right.
and
You're
shit.
right. Yeah. They have all the sweets they could do whatever the fuck they want with. It's not like they want a cheesecake or something. You know what I mean? Like they get
right.
enough chocolate and sweets and all that. Man. Well, if it's not hot sauce, you know,
I don't
Burn.
know
I
how
don't know.
old.
I don't hate your theory
I
because
don't
it's
think it helps the
or
steak, but
maybe
it
like a
definitely helps the crab.
Cajun. You know, depends where it's the location. You know, what's the location? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All right, do you guys want the
Case.
location?
sure.
Did
I
we
mean,
mention it?
we know it's the South. We know
Yeah,
it's
we know.
somewhere.
Yeah, I told you guys it was the South.
Can we
So,
give
So
so
it?
we'll throw you that and see if that helps. Okay, we're in Lee County Institution in South Carolina. So you're in Lee County, South Carolina.
Burn, I don't
I
know.
don't know
The
shit
Old
about
Bay
South
just
Carolina.
sounded really good to me, babe. All right,
Let's
we're
go.
not.
We listen. We got four. We got four. We've
This
done
is our
well.
last
It's
strike
already
zone.
respectable. It was already a
Yeah,
respectable showing with the four. So
I can't believe there's three
This is
different
the
food
best game
items.
we've ever had on this show, and I
I can't
fucking
believe
love it.
there's
I
only drug
fucking love it.
was weed, and there's three different food
I don't
items.
know. With the rest of the items, I believe that weed was
Yeah,
because it's just like a pothead trying to get a
Yeah,
good meal
just trying
in.
to get a good
You
meal.
know, I
right.
can't even hate on it. They should have let this guy go, but
Right. You have incredible taste,
they
sir.
just let him have his food. But they didn't
I
have to
mean,
pay for it or do anything. He's gonna make it.
COs were eating good that night.
Yeah.
Buddy. All right. Do you want to just pull the trigger? Because we're about time on this
All right.
segment.
Yeah. Let's go Old Bay. Let's pull the
All
trigger
right.
on Old Bay. If it's not dessert.
And the last item is a tin of Old Bay. Dun-dun-dun, ba-da-ba. Or I think that was Price's Right music, but still.
Unbelievable.
For 50
Wow.
points, you guys scored a perfect 100 out of 100 with only two
Oh,
strikes. We
Maddie.
had
I
a
mean,
bag of weed, a bunch of cigs, an uncooked steak still in the package from the supermarket. We had crab legs in a bag and a tin of Old Bay seasoning, which to
oh,
me does put that over the top
This
because
is a
I do love
connoisseur.
crab, but I fucking love crab
love
with
Old
Old
Bay.
Bay seasoning
Oh,
on
it's
it.
the best. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding, Daddy. Isn't Old Bay originated from South Carolina, if I'm correct?
I'm not sure, but I just fucking love it, dude.
Yeah,
I always
it's the
associate
best.
crabs with Maryland.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
but man, when I was working at this place in York, right by Maryland, we had Old Bay fries, we had Old Bay dip. Like I said, we would
Yeah.
do we on Ravens games, we do natty bows and we'd line the glass with Old Bay. We'd rim it with Old Bay. Like people
Oh
go
man.
Old Bay
cuckoo
was invented in
bananas.
Maryland.
Okay. Makes sense. Can I make one more bonus guess? The type
Yeah,
of
sure.
cigarettes?
That I don't know. Hold on, let me see.
Oh.
Let me see if I can dig in and
My guess is I don't want to I don't want to mortgage Burns dick again, but I really want to think it's Newports.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Newports.
Hey,
hold on, let me see. There is a
dude,
picture.
I'll tell you this: a fucking joint, a steak, some Old Bay crabs, and
And a new
and a
Poe.
fucking Newport after. I mean, what are we doing?
Living the
I
Oh, and
mean,
dream.
hey.
the SIGs were Lucky Strikes. Huh.
Wow. No
Yeah.
filter on those bad boys.
Wait, are
Now
we
we
in South Carolina? Oh, and some Marlboro menthols. They had 2 cartons there. A
Wow.
carton of Lucky Strikes for the shit kicker white dudes, and a carton of menthols for the brothers.
For the brothers. Wow.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Wow.
Oh,
This
man.
guy was about to feed the whole not the
Oh,
whole cell block.
dude.
Dude, he had a lot of fucking weed there.
Man. I just feel bad. I mean, these guys were just looking forward to such a good night. And now,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
dude, they were
guard
just
had to
trying.
be a
They were just trying
narc.
to live their lives, you know.
Dude, prison's brutal, right? They're just
Honestly,
trying,
if somebody will buy steak and crab and fucking give it to you, why can't they? Well, probably because people will fight you for it. So
Yeah,
that's why you can't have.
might
That's why
get
you
cut.
can't have better stuff than everyone else, because then they'll just fight you for it.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, good shit, boys.
That was
Now we're on to
incredible,
the
Liam.
third story. Liam, that was so awesome. I love how you did that too. How it was like we had to guess it. Honestly, we should do that. We should keep it. We should keep it that way. Like you want. All right. Let's try for this one. Right. So I'm gonna give you the story. You got to guess the age first, then the sex, location, and it's a type of car. Is what I'm looking for. Okay.
You love your car types, Matty. You love
Uh-huh.
you love your car types.
Once I give you the story, you got 3 minutes, Daddy. Are we ready?
All right.
All right.
Here we go. 3 strikes and you're out. All right.
All right.
So, an adult person had stolen a car and crashed it. It was reported that they took the car on December 8th and drove it at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour before they crashed. When they were questioned by the police, they said, thank God, because they said that they were teleported into the vehicle and they told the officers, thank God you saved me from the aliens.
Okay.
Needless to say, this adult person was charged with grand theft auto and driving on a suspended license. So again, adult person stole a car, crashed it. When police came, they said, thanks. You saved me because I was teleported into the vehicle, and they told the officers that they saved them from aliens. Needless to say, charged with grand theft auto and driving on suspended license. I need the age, the sex, the location, and type of car. Time starts now.
Okay.
Bern, can we do mail just to get a guess in without without a strike?
We sure
All right.
can.
We want to guess mail.
Mail, final guess?
Final guess.
Ding, 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 ding. You're
All right,
on the
we
board
knocked
with
one out.
mail.
Okay, knocked one out. Matty, any location clues you want to give us? Any clues to location?
Man, clues on location. Let me think about a clue on location. I'll get back to you.
Okay. Age. This is interesting, Liam.
Because this could go any way.
Great move, though. It's not going to work, but great shot. Thank God you guys go. I'm just going to go for the insanity plea. As soon as the cops pull me over, the only thing that's going to go on record and on their body cams is me claiming that aliens teleported me into this car. That's going to be very valuable for me in court. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to admit to anything. In fact, I'm going to be like, you guys just saved my bacon. The aliens teleported me into a car.
Thank God you got here.
Thank God you made it here. Which is, I don't hate the move. I like the move. This is
2 minutes left.
I would say this is someone who is probably sub 50.
Age? Yeah.
Yeah. So
40 to 50, 30 to 40, I think 30, is a good bet.
30 to 40, 35 to 45, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, that's where people start getting crazy, I feel. Well,
let's go 30.
Okay, let's go 30 to 40. Yeah.
Right, let's go, Matty, we're going 30 to 40.
30 to 40, lock it in.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Sir.
Ding, ding, ding. 36 was the age.
Dude.
You got a clue for us for the location?
I do. AFC team that won today.
AFC team that won today.
Okay, so that gives us Houston, Jacksonville, the Chargers, the Bills, the Broncos.
You got 1 minute left.
Jacksonville's Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, let's just go Florida because we're doing strikes here.
Let's be safe. Let's go Florida. We got 3 to go.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct.
Oh, goodness.
Now we just have to guess types of cars. All right.
Ormond Beach, Florida.
All right. We got three
You got
guesses on the
30
whip here.
seconds left. You got 3 strikes, and you got to guess one car. Hit me, Daddy.
All right, let's just go back and forth.
Do we think it's a beater or do we think it's something really nice?
Beater.
25
this
seconds.
guy's crazy. All right. Nissan Altima.
Wrong.
Oh.
Strike 1.
Toyota Camry.
Wrong. Strike 2.
Oh,
I'll tell you this.
man.
It ain't
All
a
right, man.
beater. You got 10
No.
seconds.
Beamer, Benz. It said it's
Beamer,
not
Benz.
a Beamer.
Beamer,
Yeah.
Benz, Corvette.
Not a beater.
Not
Yeah,
a
not a
beater.
beater.
Yeah.
Beamer, Benz,
I
Corvette.
need an answer.
All right. Mercedes Benz.
Mercedes-Benz.
Beamer.
Benz
yeah.
is
Go
good.
ahead.
Benz is good.
Wait,
Whatever.
what is a beamer?
A BMW.
BMW.
Ding, 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 ding. You got
Oh!
it. There, you
Yes.
guys. That's the best
We're
way
great
to
at this.
get.
We're great
So-
at this.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the way to do it. 3 minutes and you fucking gotta wham it. You gotta fucking
Yeah.
wham it.
All right. We have a new
Here we
format
go.
here, guys.
All right, here we go. Here's the story. All right, Calvin Johnson, 36.
The receiver?
Took a stolen BMW. He just crashed in Ormond Beach, Florida. When the police got there, they said, Calvin Johnson took the car on December 8th and drove it at exceeds exceeding 100 miles per hour before the crash. Johnson had a different explanation. He said he was teleported into the vehicle and told officers, "You saved me from the aliens," and then was later charged with Grand Theft Auto and driving on suspended license. Guys, I think that's how we're going to play this fucking game from now on. We got 3
pretty
minutes,
fun.
and
Pretty
you got
fun, right?
fucking couple strikes, and you got to hit it. You got to keep it fast, got to keep it loose. Liam, you just fucking saved our fucking dicks on this show.
That's huge.
That was
Huge.
fun.
Format. New format. Let's
New
go.
format. Love the new format. Love it.
Oh,
Love
guys, that was exciting. I'm like a
Dude,
little
a fucking
sweaty over
juice.
here. I'm
Dude,
a
you
little
hit
jazzed
Beamer?
up.
You hit Beamer as time run out? Beamer as time ran out? Oh, I'm fucking juiced. Love it.
You know,
well,
you know, Liam, too. We thought beater at first, but this guy was crashing at like 110 miles an hour. We should have known from the jump that it was a higher performance automobile. But
Yeah.
that's that we'll learn. That we'll
Yeah.
learn.
Yep.
you never know in Florida. Either
Guys,
way,
that was awesome.
awesome stuff. Speaking of being awesome, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast presents Guess the News. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Liam Reese. That's Bern Pogacy. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. Hail us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at WorkingPod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks. See ya!